way out through your neck and your head. Lengthening on each inhale. Letting everything else go from today and just trying to fully become present. Lengthening your breath. Making your inhales about the same length as your exhale. And taking a moment to set an intention or goal or just something positive you want to remind yourself of before starting class. And we'll take our next inhale together, so long deep breath in through your nose. Pause and use the top, hold it, and then open up your mouth, exhale, sigh it out. Just letting it go. 2 more times, inhale, long deep breath. Open up your mouth, exhale, sigh it out. And 1 more time, inhale. Exhale. Open up your eyes. We're going to start with our feet out nice and wide. Shoulders back, rolling your, taking your hands behind your sides, rolling your thighs out, flexing your feet, be grounding through your sit bones, so you're going to put out the flesh from underneath you, so you're sitting up nice and tall. Just add some movement to our rocks, so just inhale, reach out and up. Exhale, come back down. Good. 2 more times, inhale, reach, lengthen, bring those hands together, drop your head back. Exhale, 1 more time. Here we'll bring our right hand down, inhale, reach up with our left arm, exhale, stretch it over to the side. Hold it for an extra breath. And then we'll come back up. Inhale, reach, lengthen, exhale, stretch up, and over to the other side. 1 more time on each side. Inhale, reach, exhale, stretch, and 1 more deep breath on each side. And then on the inhale, come back up, reach, lengthen up through the spine, exhale, stretch over. Good. Up, and just slowly start to walk our hands forward, maybe coming down halfway to start out with, and then starting to go a little bit further. Here. We'll take our feet in together, coming into butterfly pose. Opening up the big toes, allowing your hips to come out to the side, shoulders back, nice and tall, leaning forward, hinging at the hips to start out with. Deep inhale, exhale, a little bit further. Start to round, go round your shoulders, bring your forehead down a little bit deeper. And then you can slowly walk your hands back up, rolling back up, and we're going to come into the child's pose. Taking the knees apart, big toes together, sitting back on your heels, stretching your arms forward, relaxing your forehead down. A few deep breaths here, feeling the stretch in your inner thighs, shoulders, arms, back. you can walk your hands back. We're going to come into tabletop and then downward facing dog. So just spreading out those fingers, pointer finger facing forward, tucking your toes, lifting your hips up and back. Finding any movement here. Bending one knee, straightening the other, switching. Maybe coming up onto your toes or bending both knees a lot. Relax your head and neck. And then when you're ready, we'll walk our feet up to our hands. We're just going to dangle here for a few breaths. Ragdoll forward fold, so completely relaxing the shoulders, the arms, relaxing your head and neck, maybe swaying side to side. Getting lower by lifting up through the hips, tucking your belly in. And then from here, we're going to slowly just roll ourselves up. So just going nice and slow, allowing your arms and shoulders, head and neck to come up west. And then from here, we'll grab a strap. And there's some straps in the box in the back. And we're just going to stretch out our shoulders a little bit here. So just taking a strap in front of you. Just inhale, reach up, lengthen. And then exhale, bring it behind you. We'll just do that a few times. Open up our shoulders. Taking your arms either hands closer together or farther apart, depending on where you feel stretched the most. And just about 2 or 3 more times. Our next one, we're just going to hold up here, and we're just going to stretch over to the side, side stretch. And coming up, lengthening up and over to the other side. Good. Coming up, and this time we're going to go all the way around. So stretching over to the side, down, around, making a great big circle. Good. Do that again. Switch sides, so going around in the other direction. One more time. Alright. And then from here, we're going to bring it behind our back. Bring the strap a little bit closer together, actually. And we're just going to fold forward with the strap. Allowing us to open up a little bit more. So, lifting up through the hips. Reaching your arms up and over. Deep breath. Slowly roll up and up. And then we'll just leave our straps to the side for right now. From here, we're just going to come into a yogi squat. So taking your feet about the width of the mat, out at a 45-degree angle. Maybe starting up halfway. Pause. And then you're bringing the hands to their sides. Maybe staying here or bringing the hips all the way down, shoulders back. If you need to, you can lift the heels up. And then kind of keep that chest up. Finding something in front of you to focus on, focusing on your breath. Here we can bring our hands in front of us, lift our hips up, heel to our feet together, fold forward. Inhale, half lift, shoulders back. Exhale, fold forward deeper. And And then inhale, reach your hands forward up to the side, all the way up, lengthening through your spine, maybe reaching back a little bit. And then exhale, head to heart center. We'll go through a sun salutation, nice and slow. So inhale, reach up, lengthen, exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift, shoulders back. Exhale, bend the knees, the hands coming to the top of the plank, lowering down, either all the way to your stomach for a cobra or part way for an up dog, shoulders back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Few breaths here, spreading out your fingers, protecting the wrists, lifting those hips up nice and high. Pressing your chest towards your upper thigh. And bending your knees, looking up to your hands, stepping or walking feet to hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, reach. Inhale, all the way up. Maybe reaching back a little bit. Exhale, into heart center. Again, inhale, reach, lengthen. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Bend your knees, plant your hands, top of the plank, pause. Lowering down nice and slow. To an up dog or a cobra, shoulders back, looking up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, take your right foot up and back. So three-legged down dog, flexing the foot, squaring the hips, still pressing into that nice down dog. And then bringing the right knee up high into the chest, right foot through, high center stretch. Shoulders back. Make sure your right foot's a little bit to the right, left foot a little bit to the left. For balance, from here we're going to come up to a high lunge. So taking your time, finding your balance, reaching those arms up, pressing through that back heel, straightening the back leg. We're going to come to a revolved high lunge. So right arm comes down, over to the side, looking behind you, little twist. Challenge for your balance. And then you can bring that right hand back up, both arms back up. And we're going to come down, left hand comes down by the foot, right arm reaches up, twist. Looking up to your right fingers, pressing through the back heel good. And then we're going to bring our right hand back down, bottom knee back down, untuck the toes, low lunge. Inhale. Exhale, sink into that front hip. Bring your hands to your heart center, prayer twist. So we're going to lean forward, left elbow above the right knee. Prayer fingers trying to face towards you, pressing your stomach or chest up from your knee, looking over your right shoulder. And then you can bring both hands back down, lift that back knee up, step your front foot back, going through a low vinyasa. So lowering down, up down the cobra. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. When you're ready, three-legged down dog, left foot, just up and back, flexing that foot, squaring the hips, left hip down, right hip up. And then when you're ready, bring that left knee up high into the chest, left foot all the way through, pause. Get yourself nice and aligned, knee over ankle, shoulders back. When you're ready, taking your time, maybe bringing the hands to the knee to start out with. Find your balance, reaching up, lifting up through torso, through your back heel, straightening that back leg, deep breath. Revolve high lunge, so left hand comes down and around, looking behind you. Balance challenge, looking towards the left fingers. Good job. Deep breath. And then coming back up. Alright, you can bring both hands to back down, right hand by the side of the foot, left hand to left knee, left arm reaches up, twist. Looking up to your left fingers. And then you can bring your back knee down, a low lunge, untuck the back toes. When you're ready, inhale, maybe kind of part way up. Low lunge, sinking into that front hip. Shoulders back. Bring your hands down to heart center, leaning forward, opposite elbow to opposite knee. Prayer twist, fingers facing towards you, pressing your stomach, your chest away from your knee, looking over your left shoulder. Good. And the next time we'll come back down, lift that back knee up, step your front foot back, planks, going through Vinyasa, lowering down to Upward Cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breath here. And then on an inhale, reach that right foot up. Three-legged down dog, just a little bit of forward. Exhale, right knee to right nose, coming forward. Inhale, reach to lengthen. Do that 4 more times. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, reach and lengthen. 2 more times, taking your time, rounding the back as you bring your knee to your nose. And then you can come back, regular down dog. We'll set up to do the other side. So 3-legged down dog. Left leg reaches up and back. Inhale, exhale, knee to nose coming forward onto your right toe. Inhale, reach and lengthen. Exhale, come forward on your right toes, knees to nose. Inhale, reach about 3 more times. And then when you're ready, regular down dog. And then we'll just walk our feet up to our hands, forward fold, and when you're ready, rolling up. Good. Maybe take a drink of water. If you want a drink of water, grab our strap. All right, so next we're going to do balancing pose, hand to big toe. So you can try it with the strap. If you're more flexible, you probably don't need the strap. This is what it looks like without the strap. Starting up here, reaching out. So first try it with the strap. So right hand, right foot. Let's start out here. Hand, left hand to left hip. Holding it straight in front of you. Good. Keeping that back straight, legs straight, nice and strong. Yeah, and you can hold on to the wall too. Actually, a good idea. Just to help you get the balance, and then open hip out to the side. Good. Straight. Leg up. We're going to bring it forward again, lifting it up towards you. So bringing the knee towards your nose. Last stretch, right? Good. And then from here, release the strap. We're going to hold that foot up as high as you can. Yes. And hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Good. All right. So maybe if you're holding onto the wall, switch sides or turn around. Ground through the opposite leg, strap around that foot. Find your balance, so keep that knee bent to start out with. And you can keep the knee bent the whole time if you need to. And work on your balance. Straightening that bottom leg eventually. Straightening that leg. It doesn't have to be the whole way straight. Straightening the back. Opposite hand to the wall or to your hip. Deep breath. Open that hip out to the side when you're ready. Use your balance, just kind of try to come back into it. Deep breath, focusing on a spot on the wall or the floor in front of you. And then we're going to bring it forward again. Bring the knee towards the nose. One last stretch. And then we're going to release the strap. You can bend that knee, and then we're going to take it, straighten it out in front of you. pointing the toe to keep it super engaged. Keep it up as high as you can for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Shake it out.
Margin of this strategy dolphin.
Sorry, dolphin. I have to do that one. All right. Good job. All right, so we're gonna Vinyasa make our way down to our stomach. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Bend your knees, bring your hands, step back. Lower down, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right, dolphin pose. Thanks for reminding me. So coming to your forearms. Walking your feet in, you can relax your head and neck, so look towards your knees. Strong shoulders, so lifting your shoulders away from your head. Try to hold it for 5 deep breaths. And then when you're ready, you can come all the way down to your stomach. Sphinx pose. Just to start out with, hands about shoulder width apart, elbows just in front of your shoulders back, shoulders away from your ears, looking forward, bringing your chest forward. And from here, we're just going to do a quad stretch. So you can bend your right knee. We're just going to grab the top of that right foot and just gently kind of bring it back towards us, just stretching the top of the leg. Deep breath. And then you can release, and we'll switch sides. From here, we're going to come back onto our hands and our knees and just do a few rounds of cat-cow pose. First, spreading out the fingers. Inhale to drop the belly, lift the tailbone, look up. Exhale, rounding the lower back, rounding the upper back, chin to chest. Try to exaggerate as much as you can, about 3 more rounds. Low lunge. Take your back knee back. Few rounds here. And then from here, walking our hands back, half split pose, straightening the front leg. Hips stay high. Squaring your hips, so take your right hip back, left hip forward. Have a little bend in that front knee. And if you want to bring your forehead down towards that front knee. Good, and then walking forward, we'll take our right foot out to the right, lizard pose. Hands go inside the right foot. Either staying here or slowly making your way down, maybe onto one forearm. Maybe both. From here, we're going to come into a pigeon pose, and coming back on your hands, you're going to take that right foot over to the left. Good. Back, upright pigeon to start out with. So shoulders back, squaring hips. Now, either staying up here for a few more breaths, or you can come down to resting pigeon. Try to fully release and relax in the pigeon pose. Nice deep hip opener, relaxing and softening your face and your jaw. Slowly walk your hands back. Lift that back knee, either coming to a down dog or just onto a tabletop, stretching that leg out behind you. Good. And then when you're ready, we'll set up for a low lunge on the other side. So either coming down to a tabletop or just bringing that left leg forward on the down dog. Take your back knee back. You get that nice long stretch. Following that left leg, shoulders back. Staying here for a few breaths. And then from here, we'll walk our hands back, straightening the front leg. Doesn't have to be all the way straight. Just straightening it a little bit more. Half split pose, sending the left hip back, right hip forward. Just square the hip. And then bring your forehead down towards that front knee. And then coming forward, we'll set up for lizard pose. The left foot to the left, both hands inside. See how this side feels. Maybe coming down to one forearm to start out with. If it feels okay to come on to the other forearm. Maybe opening up that hip a little bit if you need to, coming onto the pinky edge side of the toe, down here, coming it out. And then coming up onto your hands, pigeon pose, so walking the left foot over to the right, back knee back, upright pigeon to start out with, supporting your hips, so bringing left hip back, right hip forward, shoulders back, upright. And then when you're ready, coming down to a resting pigeon, we'll hold it about 1 minute here. Maybe coming back to your breath. stretching back up onto your hands. When you're ready, either just coming back to the tabletop or you can come into a down dog. So just stretching out that left leg, straightening it out behind you. And then when you're ready, we'll come to a seat. And we'll make our way onto our back. Just bring your set strap nearby. Alright, and we're going to do just a little bit of core work before we finish. So you can start out laying on your back, palms down beside you, straight up, pointing the toes. Good. So we're just going to take a nice inhale, exhale, lower the feet down just a little bit. Inhale, bring the feet all the way up. So going nice and slow. Inhale, exhale, lower the feet down a little bit lower this time. Inhale, coming back up, nice and slow. Exhale, lower them down about halfway. Take your time, pause once they're halfway. Feel that shake in your belly. Inhale, coming back up. Exhale, lower down a little bit more. Pause, hold. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, lower down to hover. Hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, come all the way up. From here, we're just going to lift up our hips about 5 times nice and slow. Just lift and roll. Looking at those lower hips, using your core. 5, inhale up. Exhale down. 4, inhale lift. Exhale down. 3, 2, 1. Good. Keeping those feet up. From here, we're going to lift, but we're going to lift up and over to more of a cloud pose. So we're going to inhale, lift up, bring the feet back. Exhale, slowly roll down. And we're going to do that about 5 times. So inhale, lift up, come back. Exhale, slowly roll down. 3 more times. Lift. You can use your palms on the ground to help you stay nice and controlled. And our last one, we're just going to hold back in our plow pose. Straighten your legs, maybe toes working towards touching the ground behind you. Chin to chest, just keeping it right there. Try not to look to the side. Might strain your neck. Deep breath. Using your whole spine. And then slowly roll back down. From here, take your right hand towards your chest. We're going to use that strap around the right foot. Just gently pulling that right foot back towards you. Left foot is nice and, it can be bent or as long and straight. And then from here, bring your nose up towards your knee, lift your shoulders up, just going a little bit deeper. Good. And then we'll bend our knee, switch sides. Straightening that leg, straightening both legs. Gently pulling it back towards you. Nice deep breath. can bring your nose up towards your knee, lifting the shoulders up. 1 or 2 more breaths here. Good. And then you can bend that knee. Knees down. Move your strap to the side. Bring your right knee into your chest. Actually, bring both knees into your chest. Go ahead and do a few little circles. And then we'll take our arms out to the side, so you nice and wide. Drop your knees over to the right. Lower back twist, keeping the shoulders down. Knees up towards you, looking to your left. And then you can bring both knees back up through to the center, drop them over to the left, looking through to your right. And then bringing both knees back up. Go ahead and grab your feet coming into happy baby pose, so the outsides of the feet, bringing the knees down towards the mat, maybe rocking side to side. And then we'll bring our feet together. And putting the feet down onto the mat for supine butterfly pose. Just staying here, finishing here for a few breaths. Either arms can come out to the side, or you can bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. And then take a nice deep inhale, lengthening through your arms, through your legs. So a nice long stretch, lengthening. Good. And then you can roll over onto one side, bend your knees. 1 or 2 breaths here. And then when you're ready, make your way up to a seat. We'll just bring our hands to our heart center. Take a nice deep inhale.